Morning, folks. Monday the 25th, we're on today. Just had to remember that there. Pretty tired. Uh, Yesterday was an eventful day for me, to say the least. Had the missus up at Farside. There was a bit of an altercation going on between the security and this black fella. There's a bit of a story behind it, but I'll not get into details. Uh, Basically, this fella was winding up the security guards and goading them. I think he might have been trying to get them to attack him. At which point, I had noticed I'd get out of my car, went over and intervened and stepped between them. After a bit of a heated, there was a bit of a crowd gathered up. Anyway, I think a few people gathered on camera. If you see this video, please do feel free to send me the video. Not that it was important, there was no fight, but the man needed stood down, and that's exactly what happened, to the point where he got back into his car and he left. That was at Farside. Now, the main thing that I wanted to speak about today was an incident in East Belfast. As I was sat having my dinner last night, I got a phone call from one of my wee Christian friends, Tristan. He explained to me that he was standing watching these two black men in a house beside, well, on Bloomfield Avenue, up near the junction of Bloomfield Avenue at Beersbridge Road. And he had witnessed as these two black men were standing verbally abusing this small female across the road, who lived in the street across the road. So I got this phone call. I happened to have a friend sitting with me, and as we get into the car, another couple of friends had pulled up. They had called to see me, so just by coincidence there happened to be four of us. So what we done was we drove round just to have a look. This woman had come out and explained what had happened, but as we were standing there, one of the males had come out of this home across the street, and I am told that it's a holiday home. So these people are coming and going, staying here in that home. They're coming and going, but they thought it was okay to verbally abuse a woman across the street. Well, that was nipped pretty fast in the bud when some of us had arrived. And well, let's say to rescue this girl, but this girl was in a bit of a state. She was actually rattling and shaking. As we had arrived, I had bounced out of the car, and the police had flown past me with their sirens on. They're obviously a bit dubious. Now, how the police got on the scene so quickly, because I was told that no one was phoned, no one got a phone call, no one phoned the police to make a complaint or anything. So anyway, it ended up the police had disappeared. The police had stopped and asked me, was everything okay? And I says, yes, we're just out for a walk tonight. At that point, they dispersed and drove off. So as we were stood across the road from this property, this holiday property, I'd like to find out who the landlord of that place is. One of these black males come out with his wife and started staring over at us. And he put his hand up in the air and started giving it a thumbs up, that kind of abuse. So he was asked, would he come over and have a chat with us to see what would happen. At that point, he got into his car and took off. To which one of his friends, one of his males, who's still staying in that holiday home, is still staying there. But here's the thing, as we were stood having a chat with this young woman, she actually sent me a picture of the man into my page, but it was the phone call that got me attention quicker. We were able to react quicker. As we were walking, there was two males in, let's just say, these Muslim outfits walking down the street, and this woman was able to tell me that these people are knocking on doors and trying to convert people into Islam. So this is what's happening now, folks. When I say that this is being forced upon us, these bastards are walking around doors trying to convince yous, the people, to join their death cult. And it is a death cult because they want to kill anyone that white, Christian, Jew, doesn't matter. If you don't believe in their God, you are an infidel to them. They're not a religion of peace. Isn't it funny how all of a sudden they're supposed to be a religion of peace over the last 20 years? After our governments blown their countries up, killed their families, is it any wonder these people hate us? This has all been done by design, folks. Our governments have created terrorists out of these people, and they're now shipping them in here in their millions. I think it was something like tens and tens of thousands, 65,000 or something, I think it was mentioned, is to come in to Belfast itself alone over a short period of time. This is an invasion, folks. We are being invaded, and it's being implemented by our politicians, especially Sinn Féin. And They will not get the votes. Believe me, when these people want to put their own people into power, they will vote for their own. So use people in Sinn Féin that are making the biggest mistake of your lives. And the sooner your people turn on you, the fucking better. Bye.